Hello, freak bitches.
I am so high strung, and I do, feel like I'm prone to, I can't be walking around telling dads at my school to fuck off.
Do you do that?
I told one guy to go fuck. I go, you're a real fucking asshole. You know that?
What happened?
He was just he's a fucking dick to my son.
The dad was?
The dad was. He was a basketball coach, and I saw him, and I go, hey, you're a real asshole. You know that?
Whoa.
And, because no dads talk to each other like that. And, I call this guy an asshole. And I felt bad. Again, I feel fucking bad. I don't want to do it, but I did it. And he's a dick. And everybody knows he's a fucking dick.
And, well, is he a coach?
Hey, he was a coach
at a school?
Yeah.
Is he still there, any? Or is he done?
I think he's done. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that can't. I mean, the stress of being a comic, right, is one kind of stress. Imagine the stress of dealing with hormonally active 17-year-olds every fucking year. New ones coming in, just chaos.
These are much younger. Yeah,
okay.
This is
14?
No, not even that. This is
Okay.
like being an asshole to an 11-year-old.
Oh, well, he's a piece of shit then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of fucking stress in raising people and teaching kids and dealing with the problems that kids present. You know,
Yeah.
A lot of people that just, here's another thing that's going on today. People think they can have a kid and then have careers too, but everyone's has a career. The mom has a career, the dad has a career, everybody has a career. And when are you watching the kid? Who's paying attention to the kid? I went to a party, and I've talked about this in the podcast before. This one little kid was just running around hitting everybody and doing. The parents were inside drinking. They were in the party drinking. And the kid's out there with the other kids. And then finally the guy comes out and apologizes. I'm sorry, he's a good kid. I'm like, he's not a good kid. Like, he's hit 3 kids.
Yeah.
I told him what the kid did. He goes, he never did that. I go, I saw him do that.
Watched your son be an asshole.
And the guy's like, I said I'm sorry. I'm like, oh my God, I want to kill you.
Yep.
Like, do you understand? I want to grab your neck and choke the life out of you.
Yeah.
I'm containing myself, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, so I get into putting those,
But I keep it cool. I keep it cool, Al Madrigal. I know.
How do you do it?
I don't know. Because I practice murder on a daily basis.
Oh, my God.
I just murder a punching bag or I run up hills. I get it out of my system.
Bert just told me this story about you exercising such calm, you and Tate, and that guy with his shirt that was trying to get into your hotel room.
Oh, yeah.
And I would have fucking... I don't know what I would have done. I'm not gonna. You know, that's the other thing. It's like I would just probably.
Well, that guy wound up
security.
being unconscious.
Yeah,
I mean,
Tate put him to sleep, right?
Yeah, Tate choked him unconscious, but Tate was nice to him. He could have taken his life. That guy was a real piece of shit. He was a big giant dude. He was like 6'6", and he was a bully. And he thought, because he was so tall, he thought the people were scared of him. But he fucked with the wrong guy in Tate. First of all, a guy who's been arrested, been around bad people his whole life, been in numerous street fights, was a professional fighter, was on The Ultimate Fighter, was a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I mean, everything was wrong. Mm-hmm. And Tate was trying to be calm with the guy. And the way Tate handled it, like they fought in a hotel lobby right in front of the elevator. And the guy was pounding on his door saying, "You're in my fucking room." Like, the guy was just a cunt. And Tate was like, "Nope, look, my key works here. It's definitely my room." And he shuts the door on me. He goes, "Hey, you fucking faggot. You think you can get away with shutting this fucking door?" He goes, "Open this fucking door. I told you you're in my room." And then we all went outside. It was me and Eddie Bravo and Tate. We're looking at this guy, and we're looking at his friend, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to do this. I'm like, this has to be dealt with. Like, this is not a guy that's going to go away. He was a big, drunk, dumb guy. And Tate decides... the way to handle it is, there's a bunch of words being exchanged. So Tate decides he kicks the guy in the leg, and then he grabs him and pulls him on top of him. So the guy literally has no idea why Tate is doing
buckles.
this. He kicks his leg, grabs him, and pulls him on top of him, and pulls him into what's called the guard, like in jiu-jitsu, and then wraps him up in something called an omoplata, which is a shoulder lock. So he throws, this is all instantaneous. Kick, pull, whap, throws his shoulder over him. Then the security guards show up. The security guards show up, and they go, hey, what the fuck is going on? And I go, relax. I go, everything's going to be fine. He's just going to choke him to sleep. And the security guard goes, Joe Rogan? Are you Joe Rogan? Holy shit, man, what are you doing here? While I said this, he's just going to choke him to sleep, Tate goes, all right, I guess I'm going to choke him to sleep now. So Tate, this is all happening within seconds. Tate sinks a rear naked choke on this guy and just squeezes him unconscious, gets off of him, doesn't hurt the guy at all, doesn't hit him. All he does is kick his leg out from under him, take him down, choke him unconscious. The guy, his friend, picks his friend up, and I go, get your fucking cunt friend and sober him up and get him out of here. And he's lucky nothing happened. And he's like, I'm sorry, man. My friend's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. His friend picks his friend up. The guy's like delirious. They push him in an elevator. Elevator door closes. He disappears from life. Never see him again. That's it. It's the end of it. I take pictures with the fucking security guards. They're smiling. I go, he's fine. I go, he's a drunk asshole. Do you think we should call the cops? I go, no. I go, that guy's humiliated. I go, unless he comes back. If he comes back, he's going to get fucked up. But right now, everything's fine. Don't call the cops.
Yeah.
And so they're laughing, and everyone's laughing. We took a couple pictures together, went back in the room, went and got some dinner, and we were laughing.
Yeah, but when that dad is in your face at the party, to exercise that calm that's the thing that I struggle with. When Mike Costa is on stage, and I'm being completely honest, like this is how I feel. It's just something that takes over, and I can't help but say, hey, your son is hitting that guy. This is not cool. This is not okay.
Yeah.
Parents don't watch their kids, and then their kids are just complete assholes.
Well, they go to parties and they drink, and they leave the kids outside. And these particular parents, they don't watch the kid ever. This is like what they're famous for, apparently, in their group. They just don't watch this kid. They don't want to be parents. They became parents in their 40s. They didn't really plan it out. I don't know if the parents get along. I don't know how, but the whole thing looks like a disaster. And the kid's a little monster. And they just they're not disciplining him, paying attention. And he literally went out and talked to the kid, and there was some commotion going on where people complaining about the kid hitting somebody. He talked to the kid, and then he high-fived him, and then the kid went back to doing it again. I mean, literally, he went back inside to drink. The kid went back outside again. So at the end of the night, when this guy apologized to me, the kid was doing it all night. I go, hey, man, your kid is really aggressive. And he's like, I'm sorry about the kid. I go, your kid is really aggressive. He goes, no, he's a good kid. I go, no, look, he hit 3 people. I saw him hit people. I saw him push a kid and call him a loser. I go, he's fucking 6 and he's doing this. He goes, that never happened. I'm like, I understand consequences. This is why I bite my tongue. I understand the actual consequences of smacking this guy in his fucking mouth, which is what I wanted to do. Yeah. Of course if there was no consequences to doing anything, and I didn't think of him as a person, I didn't think of him as a guy who just never raised a kid before, hasn't really thought about it well, has a big career, probably busy all the time, wife's busy all the time, just not doing a good job, raising a little monster.
Drinking to try to drown out the fact.
Who knows why?
Yeah.
Drinking because he doesn't like being married, drinking because he doesn't like being a dad, drinking because he doesn't like being sober. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know the guy. But in that moment when he's looking at me and going, that never happened, the fucking sheer ignorance and incompetence and irresponsibility was just so infuriating, because I watch my kids I watch them, I talk to them, I communicate with them. I know I didn't have a good childhood, so for me it's important to be a good dad and to spend as much time as I can communicating with them, explaining shit, talking to them, treating them like I'm not just their dad, but also I'm their friend and I care about them.
My wife is a first grade teacher, and she's becoming an educational therapist right now, and so I'm living with just the master at consequences. If you don't eat in our house or decide you don't like broccoli, nothing else is coming.
Good.
That fucking good. Kitchen is closed, and that's what people create monsters when they cater to them so much. That's okay. And that's where your kid only eats fucking rice.
I have a friend and he keeps feeding his fucking kid sugar. This kid just eats nothing but sugar all day. He goes, he doesn't eat. I go, what do you mean he doesn't eat? He's always eating cookies. It's because he won't eat his food. I got to feed him something. I go, no, dude, you got to tell him you can't eat the cookies. You got food. You got actual food. This fucking kid is just eating nothing but candy. I mean, it's bananas. He's always got a soda in his hand, and he's 6. He's fucking 6, and he's drinking a full Coke. You go over the house, the kid has a root beer.
We saw these kids. We were on a flight, and saw these 2 parents sit in first class, and then come back and check. We didn't know what was going on. They put
the kid in coach.
They put 3 next to each other in coach.
These motherfuckers.
I know. Crazy, right?
And then everybody else has to deal with their kid.
They gave each of them iPads.
Oh, my God.
Right? And then the stewardess comes by, and she looks at these 3 kids and looks around for who they're with. And the one that
How old are the kids?
I'm telling you, 8 is the oldest one. 8, maybe 6, and 4, 3, just in a row.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And the oldest one goes, 3 Sprites. 3 Sprites. This is a red eye. This is an overnight flight. They're on iPads like just animals. Just like, don't stop like trying to win something, you know.
Right.
And then my wife, we're sort of laughing at first, but everybody in our family wants to go to sleep. Everybody's like exhausted from being out all day. This is a while ago. I'll never be on this flight again. No red eyes for me. That's
horrible.
Horrible. Ruin
They
your
fuck you up for days.
2 days afterwards, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Try to do anything in your power to avoid a red eye. Also, try to do everything in your power to avoid if you can fly nonstop. That's what we're
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they get in a fight after a while. The kids start fighting because they're all hopped up on sugar and they've been staring at the screen and so then they start fighting. And I think the mom or the dad hears, or somebody has to tap them. They get up, and me and my wife are like, this is not okay. Just not. Nothing was said because, again, we just want to mind our own business, ideally.
Right.
Again, ideally, everyone minds their own business.
This is a new world, though. This world of electronic babysitters and the world of putting the kids in coach and you go into first class, like ignoring kids. And it's these career people. There's a lot of people that, look, their career requires all their time. They justify it by going, look, someone's got to make the money in this household so we can keep up this lifestyle. And so they're out there fucking grinding all day.
Yeah.
And then the kids are just, what do I do? Who's raising me?
Full circle to my dad passing away is that every single weekend, and this is why I bought that FJ62 Land Cruiser, because every single weekend we went on a little family trip. And I looked at myself. And we'd go on family vacations and stuff, but the amount of time that my family really spent together, like a mom and a dad, like he would take us to Yosemite, he would take us up the coast to Mendocino, we'd go to Marin or Stinson Beach and all these places, even in Golden Gate Park, like he would just take us places, little adventures, you know? And so I feel like we need to, I get caught up in working because, just nonstop, and I got to take a step back and really spend as much time as I possibly can.